Hi, today I am going to explain an Indonesian comedy drama film titled Too Handsome to Handle, released 2019. Warning, spoilers ahead, watch at your own risk. The Mas family has been attractive for numerous generations, garnering admiration and financial success due to their beauty. The eldest son, Akis, is an internet influencer with millions of followers, known for his looks and as a love guru who helps men impress their crushes. The father, Paker, was a notorious heartbreaker who dated over 1,200 women before meeting their mother. The mother, with her masculine features and noticeable mustache, is also considered handsome. The youngest son, Kulin, is the protagonist and the most attractive member of the family. The family has become accustomed to their lives as attractive individuals. However, Kulin struggles to live a normal life due to his extreme handsomeness. He often wishes he were only moderately attractive, so he could go out without being mobbed by crowds of women. Girls go wild, faint, pull their hair, and even get nosebleeds when they see his face. Consequently, he has never had a genuine interaction with a girl. To avoid public attention, he has been homeschooled and rarely goes out. Kulin has no friends to talk to, except for his pet fish, with whom he often plays cards and speaks out loud. His family watches him through a camera, concerned for his well-being. They want Kulin to have a normal teenage life and do their best to help him. Akis often shows him pictures of girls, trying to set him up with someone. However, Kulin says his ideal girl is someone who doesn't like him for his looks. He wants to be appreciated for his personality and interests, not his appearance. When nothing works to motivate Kulin to go out, the family decides to take more drastic measures. They plan to fake financial problems to guilt him into attending school. One night, when Kulin gets up to drink water, his parents pretend to be worried about their finances. They dramatically declare that they will only eat scrambled eggs for breakfast until they can afford his homeschooling. He feels terrible about causing his parents so much trouble. The next morning, he announces that he will attend school for the upcoming semester. The family is overjoyed until he mentions that he will only go to an all-boys school. Although they would have preferred him to interact with girls, they are happy to take it one step at a time. A few days later, on Kulin's first day at an actual school, Akis drops him off on his bike. Kulin keeps his helmet on, planning to wear it all day to hide his handsomeness. However, the plan backfires as the helmet attracts more attention than he intended. Kulin quietly takes a seat at the back, but the class bully, Sidi, and his minions call him out. When the teacher enters the classroom, she is also surprised to see a student wearing a helmet. She urges him to take it off immediately. Although reluctant, Kulin has no choice but to comply. He slowly removes the helmet in a dramatic manner, revealing his face. In the next scene, the teacher is being loaded into an ambulance, having started to nosebleed and hyperventilate due to Kulin's beauty. The other students complain to the principal that the new student is too handsome to handle. Kulin runs through the hallway to go back home, but is tripped by one of the bullies. They drag him to the school's storeroom and introduce themselves like they are Power Rangers. They call themselves the Tit Attack, a group of 3 bullies led by Sidi, the principal's son. After their over-the-top introduction, they reveal that they need Kulin's help to ask a girl to prom. The group has been stuck in their senior year for the past 3 years. They refuse to graduate until Sidi goes to prom with the most beautiful girl at BBM school, Amanda. However, Amanda only accepts prom invitations from handsome men, so the group wants Kulin to deliver the proposal. They assign an innocent student, Kaibo, to help Kulin and guide him. Kaibo, having been a victim of their pranks in the past, feels obliged to comply with the bullies' demands. Afterward, Kulin, accompanied by Kaibo, goes to the principal's office to officially complain about the bullying. Kaibo, aware of the likely outcome, still supports Kulin. The principal is troubled by his son's refusal to graduate. Since Kulin's beauty gives him a chance to take Amanda to the prom, the principal urges them to do whatever the bullies say. That evening, Kulin and Kaibo decide to complete the task the next day to get it over with. Kaibo, the first person to show Kulin kindness unrelated to his looks, becomes a true friend. Despite the day's challenges, Kulin is happy to have made a friend. The next morning, they go to BBM school, where the girls are vigilant about not allowing unattractive boys to enter. When they notice Kulin wearing a helmet, the entire school demands he take it off. In a climactic moment, Kulin removes the helmet, causing chaos among the girls as they react to his stunning appearance. Just a few hours later, the news spreads to television screens. Clips of girls crying, experiencing nosebleeds, acting possessed, and jumping around flood social media. Kulin becomes known as the too handsome to handle guy. The footage of the chaotic reactions spreads rapidly, making him a viral sensation. Amanda, the hottest student at BBM school and a model, hears about Kulin and is instantly captivated. He is the first guy who matches her in both beauty and status. Determined to impress him, she sets out on a mission. As the news spreads, a crowd of girls gathers in front of the Ma's residence. The family begins charging for house tours. Kulin, hiding in the streets, watches his family on the news and feels betrayed and exploited by those closest to him. When they try to contact him, he refuses to go home. His sadness deepens when he witnesses his pet fish mishandled and killed by the tourists flocking to his family's residence. Seeking refuge, Kulin finds himself on the roof of a building, hiding from the crazed crowds chasing him. Suddenly, a girl appears behind him and asks if he intends to jump. To his astonishment, she shows no signs of nosebleeds or fainting upon seeing him. Being nervous, Kulin finds himself feel a bit better after the encounter. A while later, Kulin calls Kaibo, who picks him up and invites him to his home. Kaibo and his grandmother warmly welcome Kulin to stay as long as he needs. Upon entering Kaibo's room, Kulin is fascinated by two rare collectible playing cards. They discover they share several common interests, including playing card collecting. The following day, they visit the all-girls school in search of the girl from the previous day. While there, they encounter Amanda and give her the proposal files sent by CD. Amanda feigns disinterest in Kulin's looks, but once he leaves, her nose starts bleeding heavily. Despite seeing his crush on the stairs, Kulin is unable to meet her due to the other girls surrounding him. The next few days, Kaibo and Kulin become inseparable, forming a strong bond and becoming best friends. One afternoon, Kaibo takes Kulin to play futsal, a place where he often meets his crush, Rear. After the game, Kulin notices the girl from the rooftop working at a nearby shop, and he finds himself unable to look away. Just then, Kaibo introduces Kulin to Rear, revealing that she is also his crush. Seeing their closeness, Kulin feels a pang of jealousy, a new and confusing emotion for him. That night, he struggles to fall asleep, his mind consumed by unfamiliar feelings. Remembering that Akis is a love guru, he arranges a meeting with him in hopes of finding clarity. When they meet the following morning, Akis is overcome with tears of happiness. He had been eagerly anticipating the opportunity to give his brother advice on relationships. Kulin, having forgiven his family for exploiting his fame, realizes that without their actions, he would never have met Rear. The brothers then go grocery shopping, with Akis offering advice on how to impress Rear. As Kulin follows Akis's suggestions, he realizes he still has much to learn about Rear compared to Kaibo. However, he remains determined not to give up on his first love. One afternoon, Amanda visits the boys' school and hands Kulin an invitation to her birthday party. Along with the invitation, she gifts him a phone. Later that day, Kaibo, Kulin, and Rear go to karaoke, and eventually, Rear and Kulin get a chance to sing together. While Kulin is excited about the duet, Rear seems to focus only on Kaibo, which sparks jealousy in Kulin's heart. When Kaibo is absent, Kulin bluntly asks Rear if she has a crush on him. Initially, Rear denies it, but when Kulin fabricates a story about Kaibo's feelings for Amanda, Rear's reaction confirms his suspicions. Upon returning home, Kulin calls Amanda and asks her for a favor, which she agrees to without hesitation. The next day, as they arrive at Amanda's birthday party, Kulin notices Amanda showing more interest in Kaibo than in him. She even pulls Kaibo aside for a private conversation. Meanwhile, Rear arrives at the party and witnesses Amanda kissing Kaibo. Heartbroken, Rear runs outside, and Kulin, sensing her vulnerability, confesses his feelings for her. However, Rear kindly but firmly rejects his confession, stating that she sees him only as a friend. Despite his attempt to win her affection by manipulating the situation, Kulin receives nothing in return but disappointment. Meanwhile, the group of bullies witnesses Amanda kissing Kaibo, and becomes enraged with jealousy and anger. They beat up Kaibo, leaving Kulin too frightened to intervene. Later, he brings Kaibo home, and helps dress his wounds alongside Kaibo's grandmother. Witnessing Kaibo's pain and suffering, Kulin realizes the enormity of his mistake. The next day, Kaibo presents Kulin with a legendary card from his collection, a card Kulin had long desired. Ridden with guilt, Kulin confesses to all his wrongdoings. Kaibo is shocked and deeply hurt by the betrayal, expressing that he would have ended his relationship with Rear if he knew Kulin harbored feelings for her too. Finally, Kaibo instructs Kulin to leave the house immediately. Kulin complies and leaves. He returns home after a month, greeted with joy by his family, but Kulin himself remains withdrawn. He isolates himself in his room, refusing to communicate with anyone. Most of all, he yearns for his lost friendship with Kaibo. Although they rarely cross paths, their interactions are lacking the closeness they once shared. At home, Kulin's mother notices his distress and approaches him one night. She presents him with his pet fish still alive, and reassures him that he can return to homeschooling if that makes him happy. Overwhelmed by his mother's unconditional support and love, Kulin realizes that he has people in his life who truly care for him. By his mother's words and gesture, Kulin feels renewed and determined to mend his friendships. The following morning, he seeks out Rear and shares everything with her. Following his conversation with Rear, Kulin approaches Kaibo to apologize. Despite initial resistance, Kaibo eventually opens up about his feelings for Rear, expressing his deep affection for her. Kulin then reveals that Rear had been listening to their conversation the entire time, leading to a heartfelt reconciliation between the two friends. A few days later, they all attend prom together. Kaibo accompanies Rear as his date, while Kulin attends with Amanda. As anticipated, Kulin and Amanda are crowned prom king and queen, marking a memorable end to their high school journey. During the event, Kulin overhears a girl commenting that he is only mildly handsome, which piques his interest. This signals the beginning of a new relationship for Kulin, suggesting a fresh start and newfound happiness in his romantic life. Subscribe for more videos like this and turn on the notification, and tap the like button to help the channel out. Thank you so much for watching.